Good day, I'm Dr. Ding. In this short video clip, we are going to run exploratory data analysis. Exploratory data analysis is very important to review certain inconsistency in your dataset. For example, it will review unusual values, extreme values or gaps in the data or other peculiarities in your dataset. The objective of exploratory data analysis is also to determine whether the statistical technique that you have considering is actually suitable for the data analysis. And the next objective is to indicate that you might need to transform the data if the technique requires a normal distribution. Let's now try to run exploratory data analysis. Go to File, open the dataset 3A that is prepared for you. And you will be able to see several variables here. This is an experiment carried out on a group of students to test on the pre-test and also post-test of the student before and after they attend a training on the English pre-test and post-test. So we want to find out whether there is any difference of the test score after they have attended the training as compared to the pre-test. So we have post-test and want to find out whether the gender will be affecting the post-test of that particular group of students after they have attended the training. This is the data view. Go to Analyze, Descriptive Statistic, and Explore. And we are going to choose the dependent list, which is the English post-test score, whether this is depending on the factor of the gender, the respondent's gender as the factor list. Go to Statistic, and we are going to look at the descriptive first. Continue, click OK, and let's take a look at the output. There are several outputs in the exploratory data analysis. The first, let's take a look at the box plot. This is for English post-test score, and you are able to see another box plot for the gender. So what does it mean by this item here? The item number 30 is actually an outlier. Outlier means this record you can remove it in order to maintain the normality of your distribution, or in order to maintain that your data will be under the normal distribution. And the histogram shows very nice bell curve, so it's a normal distribution. And the next thing that we are going to look at is actually a set of descriptive analysis of the English post-test score. The first thing that we are going to check is the standard error, and this will be as lower as possible. It must be small in order to make sure that your data set is alright for the analysis. And the next, we will be looking at the 95% confidence interval for means, which also means that you have 95% of the confidence that most of the time, if let's say other people is going to repeat your research, the mean that they are going to get is falling under 57.12 to 63.00. This is a lower bound of your mean and an upper bound of the mean that other researcher is going to get the same result. For the 5% trim mean means that if you trim the 5% on the left and the 5% on the right of your normality graph, you will be able to get a mean of 60.19 of your English post-test score in your dataset. And the next thing we will need to check is actually the skewness of your bell curve, the normal distribution of your data set, and this should be as close as to 0. So 0.18 is okay. Negatively skewed or positively skewed is alright. Just make sure that the index here should be as small, as close as possible to 0 to show that your data set is normally distributed. The next thing that we will need to check is the test of normality, because for some of the data analytics or analysis techniques, it would require your data set to be normal. So you can make use of this Zafiro work and look at the significance, and this significance should be larger than 0.05. If it is larger than 0.05, means your data set is of normal distributed data set, so you are safe, and this data set is actually qualified for the next data analysis technique. That's all for this video clip. Thank you for your attention.